Hey, one of the boss. I'm John. And I'm Crystal. And welcome to episode 8 of the Ninja Warrior podcast. Today we are covering the American Ninja Warrior 11 All-Stars competition that aired back in September, I believe. So I guess we'll just start off here. I don't know when this is getting posted, since at the moment it is currently October of 2020 as we're recording this. But since at the time of recording it is relevant, what were you guys' opinions on this episode? Non-spoiler related, please. Pretty underwhelming. Very underwhelming. In fact, I say this is the worst All-Star special of the year. I mean, maybe even worst episode of season 11. Wow, that's harsh, but I get your point there. There was a lot of filler here. I mean, obviously them having to cut out both Super Sam Lido and Tristan Sword, which we'll cover, because David got some insight on that. But, yeah. This All-Star special was pretty underwhelming from my point of view. Yeah, it was, really boring. The only really thing that was kind of entertaining was, I believe, a race on sliding steps and, the, double-double freestyle. Those were the only two things that were just, up there for me. Yeah, basically. Because, I feel like every other event, they were just, dumbed down. Yeah, just take the Mega Spiral Climb, for example, we'll get there. But, just to sum it up, they had a Colorado versus Atlanta situation. And just having all that be the hype up just kind of ruined everything. I mean, last year was so intense just because Quavo and Rocheski were pretty powerful in that competition alone. And the final race definitely made the event memorable. But, it's just not as good as last year. Definitely not. Yeah. I mean, I feel like they peaked with Season 9 All-Star Special. Yeah, definitely. Because, that one had bunches of events, bunches of competitors. The team competition is probably the best it's ever been. Everything was really head-to-head. And we got to see everything. And all the results were cool. Most of the things were pretty shocking. And most of the time, it really did feel like we were going wild with the, competitions and stuff. Yeah, true. Because there were a few things. The Ferris wheel thing, really only the blindfolded thing. It was really the weird thing. The, wild thing about that. But, anyways, the removal of Twist and Soul, which would have replaced the Wicked Wingnuts from previous 2 seasons, just, I believe, ruins the special. And I really do hate that Drew had to compete in that, because that's the reason why I got removed. Yeah, I mean, you didn't even get everything from him, right? I was trying not to make him mad by asking him way too many questions, so I tried to get the best I could. And by the way, if you don't know who we're referring to Mohawski. Yep. I was able to get a quick talk with Mohawski about this Tristan Fly event, which he competed in. And, I got some insight on results and how far they went. Also from other sources as well. If you guys do have any further information on those 2 things, please let us know in the comments section. The Super Saiyan Idol, that was also in this season, but it was cut out because Drew was in there. I don't know why he was in there, but we're just going way too far in this. Yeah, but post in the comments if you guys have any more information on those events. But anyway, we're gonna get into the opening movie, which kind of sucked. Yeah, previous seasons they would show up the last year's All-Star special, which I don't get why they didn't do that here. Yeah, because Drew only competed in the double-double freestyle last season. They just didn't need to show that. Yeah, pretty much everything, every clip was from this year's All-Stars, spoiling everything. Pretty much everything was spoiled during this opening movie. Yeah. And once again, for the people who are watching this on live TV a couple weeks ago as I'm recording this, I feel bad for them because they're just getting everything spoiled in addition to promos. Because, they just, mass played Jesse Graff's superhero motion in promos, and they did show it again in that, in the music video. Yeah, definitely. That was probably the most spoiled thing from this event. But, yeah, that's really about it. The song in there was fine, I guess. I didn't really have anything to say about it. Not particularly memorable or anything. Yes. It's not like so good while I have it on endless loop in my head. No, it's not that good. Not even the montage itself is all that good, to be completely honest. But we're gonna move on. So we're just gonna we're gonna move on from that. We spent 5 minutes just talking about the episode itself, but we're gonna move on to the first event. Now, the way they structured this thing was really weird. They had the team competition spread out between the All-Stars events, and I do not like this function. I liked how they had it last year at the end. Definitely, I didn't mind it at the beginning like it was season 8 and season 7, 8, and 10. I didn't mind it being at the beginning either, but having it spread out, definitely, I didn't really like it. Yeah. I didn't like how we broke up the action in the skill set challenge to go after the team competition. Like the previous years, it should have been done all one big segment at the beginning or end of the episode. But anyway, pick up the team competition. I thought we should cover that first. Yep, this is usually covered first, so we're gonna do that first. First up was stage 1, and for Team Akbar's team, who ran first, we had Red McCartney. Jake Murray, and Alyssa Beard. Their one was pretty alright. McCartney and Murray were actually really fast. Through the first 6 obstacles, I believe. And Alyssa unfortunately fell on the diving board. She just tripped up on that third board and slipped off. Yeah, I believe that was a pretty shocker, if you ask me. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, she didn't get to it in the Vegas finals. She only fell on G1. And she also never got to see the obstacle in, I believe, Oklahoma when it debuted. But, you know, still, I think it was a shocker. I think this is the first time we've had a All-Stars competition end in a fail aside from on stage 2. No, LeBlanc, I believe LeBlanc might have failed the Sonic Curve in the season 8. Wow. Only the Ninja Encyclopedia known as David Ross would know something like that. Thanks. Yeah, let's take a minute to talk about that. So this guy literally knows any ninja trivia, like ever. I don't know why. I don't get it. He often brags about it. I don't brag about it. Yes, you do. You often brag about it. You often correct people. And you often just like you did over there, you often correct people. Because you would see knowledge as a series. It's like you're addicted to it. Which might be why you have a channel, all remaining it. Well, there were tons of people with channels like that. Not as big as mine for the most part. I mean, there was a few, but they're bigger. But, you know. But they do it. They enjoy doing it. And I enjoy doing it for some of it. Generally speaking, the podcast thing has definitely helped me ease into it a little more. Yeah. I can see that. I can see why. But anyway, moving on. Next up was Team Zoe. This was a pretty big surprise. Zoe Hall had a team of the Cake Ninja David White, who we'll get to when we cover season 12. But, because he's very involved in that from what we saw, which, time recording this, only the qualifiers have aired. Yeah, at time recording, the 4th episode aired literally yesterday. Just saying, the 4th episode literally aired yesterday. Yeah, we're away on this. I don't know when this is coming out. It may even be 2021 for all I know. But I don't have the ability of knowing since it's October at the time of recording this. But, anyways, that's the point. Seth Rogers was also part of the team. And we had Maddie Howard. So, all rookies. And they could finish the course in a pretty slow time. I mean, they didn't even finish under the stage 1's time limit, though it was really close. Maddie Howard hit the bus at about 2:31, and the timer was about, I think, 2:30. So, it was close. Yeah, but I gotta say, Maddie Howard on the Twisted Fly, that was really impressive. Because, she was really out of control on the first Twisted Fly and barely made the jump to the second one. And they just had trouble all around, but she did end up hitting the buzzer, unlike Alyssa Beard. And, they ended up finishing the course, which left Team Matt, who had a completely new team from the last 2 seasons, which was shocking to me. I thought, once again, Matt would keep his team. But no, he did not. On the team was Carson Williams, who once again did not deserve to be on Team USA. But, yeah. Then he went to the first story, and then Ryan Stratus, who I say deserves to be on the team, but as we'll see later, he definitely wasn't fit for it. Yeah. Later on, I think on stage 3, he had a little bit of a hard time. That's all I'm going to say for now, but yeah. But anyway, there was also Michelle Wonky at the end, who I was happy to see. I was happy to see her. I was not expecting to see her. I was just expecting to see her back again. But she ended up appearing later on in the sliding steps, so I guess it wasn't too bad. But, I like how Wonky got to be a part of the team, and she ended up showing off as she finished the course. Was with 2:29, 2 seconds faster than Zoe's team, and only 1 second faster than the timer on stage 1, so... not too much of a victory, but hey, they moved on. And Matt was like, yeah, we're moving on to stage 3, like a little brag to them. Yeah, that was like really weird, but you can get it, Yeah, I also like to mention, Matt mentioned how Ryan Stratus made the stage 3, and I'm just gonna say it, isn't really all that impressive, because how easy stage 2 was. Yeah, definitely, because like, I don't know how to say it, but stage 2 is just ick. I didn't like stage 2 this season as a whole. Yeah, it's like, do you want us to do a review of AEW on the podcast? I feel like maybe we should just make its own review on the podcast itself. Like make a kind of like a simple review, not like every episode like we're doing for season 12 and this. Yeah, I think that would work out. That would just use it for the world stuff. Oh yeah, we covered that. Yeah, you forgot about that because we did that way back in February before all this happened. Yeah, we recorded that way back in February before we had to do virtual meetups. But yeah, well, I mean we all have our own mics and everything, so it won't sound absolutely horrible. Yeah, it won't be like your voices are coming through your webcam mic. Like had to trim the audio and stuff and make all that happen, but yeah, that's basically how it works. But anyway, so yeah, we're getting too far on this. Anyway, Team Matt moved on to stage 3. Happy for them, and we get to move on to stage 2. So yeah. So, moving on to stage 2. Team Zoe's team ran first and completed the course in a nice 2:32. And in the regular season, that'll be a pretty fast time. But here it was actually kind of slow. Yeah. Pretty much, yeah. But Team Aqua's team, they aced it all the way through and was able to complete the course as well, 10 seconds faster. Yeah. That's really about it. Nothing really too interesting to go off of on stage 2. But stage 3, oh man. Stage 2 was eventful. Yeah. Speaking of which, so let's go to it. Stage 3. Yeah, Team Alpha went the course first, and both Graham McCartney and Jake Murray had stellar runs throughout the course, and both completed their obstacles. And Murray picked up the pace and really fast. But Alyssa Beard ended up falling on Kane Lane. So then it came down to Team Matt. And Team Matt, both Wonky, all 3 members were really struggling on stage 3. Wonky had a hard time with Iron Summit. Stratus had a hard time with pretty much all 3 obstacles. More Pipe Dream, he had a really hard time getting through that. And Williams had a tough time getting to the bar on Kane Lane, some of the Adam Whale, and a few others, some of the Adam Whale. But Carson was able to complete stage 3. And they won the team competition for the 2nd straight year, which means they're rivaling Christine's team for most wins. They tied it. But What did you two think about this team competition? Kinda meh. Yeah, the last few times it was on. I mean, season 8 was pretty mediocre in terms of team competition, but every other one was pretty good. And some people may say that probably one of the best parts of the episode, but here it just isn't as good, isn't as engaging. I said the only truly engaging one was, again, Team Matt Stage 3, and that's mostly because of Stratus' struggle through Pipe Dream. That's really about it. And to be completely honest, there's really nothing else to really be happy about here. It was pretty underwhelming. And Team Zoe's team, well, I did like how Zoe was so excited about it as a whole. Let's face it, her team of rookies just wasn't good. Well, to be fair, like, at least on stage 1, they came kind of close to actually moving on, despite their slow time. But, I feel like it's more, Seth Rogers was slow on the jumping spider. I do. And Maddie Howard did take a few extra swings on Tristan Fly. I think she got, like, at least 40 or so seconds on it, so she definitely could have done that a little bit quicker, but I guess overall Zoe's team wasn't too bad, but it's doubting she's in the beginning of them again. And yeah, because like none of them actually won her the stage. Oh, this is the first time to where both teams completed stage 2. Most of the time it was one failing. Yeah, you're right. In fact, the only other time that a team has completed stage 2 was on season 9's event. Yeah, usually they go on like the 8th obstacle or something. Yeah, well last year was the 5th, but still, you know, I get what you mean. Yeah. But anyway, that means we can move on to the first, to the skills competition. We'll start off with the fearsome Ferris wheel. Well, it was actually really interesting. It was replacing the dual doorknob drops from last season's All-Stars. But I'd say this was a pretty interesting event, all things considered. The first matchup was between Dave Kavanaugh and Lucas Reality, and Dave started off ahead at start, but Lucas ended up grabbing the final part of it early, but screwed up the reach to the top, letting Kavanaugh steal the win. But you know what? That was a pretty good race. Yeah, like this is like I think the Fearsome Ferris was like one of the best events here that we saw, because like it was like one big blowout. Oh, and it wasn't one-sided on like most of the power towers we saw on season 11. Yeah, right. But the second matchup, oh man, I hate that the intro spoiled this, but Matisse and Daniel going blindfolded. This was pretty interesting. I don't even know why they did this. I mean, it was interesting, yeah, but it just didn't. It was just like a why. But because that Gil spent a really long time on the thing, and Kid, I don't think even got the thing to turn around. He was really blinded. But Gil was able to complete the obstacle and win the race. Wait, so I believe he didn't actually even hit the bus. I believe he just fell early, but he got farther along the thing, so that's why he won. But still, you know what? It was a pretty good race. Yeah, it was definitely unique. It was definitely unexpected, so I can applaud them for that. Which probably was the reason altogether, just trying to make it more entertaining, because like we already saw these two go up head-to-head on the power tower. So what we would done to see them go head-to-head again. So adding this twist was pretty good. I mean, sure, but we did see Kavanaugh and Weawi go head-to-head in Baltimore during the city finals. Yeah, you're right. But I think just that this one's a little more interesting was pretty good. Yeah, definitely. But that meant the final matchup was Daniel Gill versus Dave Kavanaugh, and Dave Kavanaugh ended up coming away with the win. And it seemed pretty obvious why. I mean, Dave Kavanaugh, he didn't spend like a minute hanging on the. He didn't spend like 2 minutes hanging on the Ferris wheels. And while Daniel tried to make it close, he really couldn't do it without miss on the edge. Miss on the end, and they all getting up, getting to the top, getting to the final set of handholds. And he really was just not going to be able to do it. But I applaud him trying. Yeah, definitely. I applaud him trying. Yeah, definitely. I definitely applaud him for trying. And he did really well trying to catch up to Kavanaugh, even though he was considerably more tired than Kavanaugh. Yeah, and then we moved on to the striding steps. And this was like, I don't know, it was like more average than anything. I think I was more annoyed at how they did the matchups. Because, like, they did LeBlanc versus Chris DeGangi. She did LeBlanc versus DeGangi. Towers of Power versus each other, which we'll cover in just a minute. And Flexington versus McCartney. And just, I didn't like the last one, though. Yeah, I mean, it was interesting, but still, I never liked either of those ninjas. I mean, McCartney's okay, to be completely honest, but I never liked Flexington at all. He was just really annoying throughout the entirety of last season. Yeah, definitely. But we went to the actual first race, which was Towers and Power. Dan Poise ended up winning, but it both fell on the thing. Mia's completely couldn't get the rope, and Poise fell on the way back. And I'm just going to show you, they've fallen on balance obstacles in the past. Brandon Mia's fell on the diving boards in Vegas in the past season. Both of them fell on the broken pipes in Kansas City in season 9. Balance obstacles are definitely not the strong point. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. They've had lots of failures on balance obstacles as a whole. It's recently, anyway. Yeah, at least recently. Because I believe on Poise, if I remember correctly. I don't know for sure. I don't think I've ever saw Kansas City for season 7. But if I remember correctly, I believe he fell on floating tiles. Because I feel like that would make sense, but at the same time, I don't know. I'll probably correct myself by showing you guys footage of what he actually fell on, if you can find it. I don't know if he was cut. I don't know if he was cut. But yeah. But one final thing to mention is that they mentioned. Is that the losing Towers of Power would have to wear a cut-up Towers of Power t-shirt for the rest of the night. We saw Brandon Neal's wearing that when Poise went up against Flexington, so yeah. The next matchup was just the weirdest thing ever. The big dog, Jody Avila, going up against Firecracker Barclay Stockett. I mean, they're literally a foot and a half tall. Big dog is literally a foot and a half taller than her, which is insane. Yeah, that is crazy. But get on you on that, because that is crazy. He's literally a foot and a half taller than her, but yet they pair together. Well, like, I'm pretty sure they requested to be, because like the whole story was about how they train together in Colorado a lot, so it would make sense. I mean, yeah, true. It would definitely make sense. But it was kind of a blowout to where Barkley actually was ahead on the first half, but then fell in the second half, leading to Jody Avila getting the win. And the funny thing is that I keep on confusing Jody Avila for Carson Williams, and I really don't know why. I really don't. I mean, like, they're similar height. They look similar. I can kind of get you for that. I mean, like, obviously, when you look at them, obviously, you can tell the difference between the two. But just when mentioning them in conversation, I find myself saying Carson Williams more than Jody Avila. Maybe because he's just more well-known than Jody. Yeah, I don't remember if Avila got to go to Vegas this season. I believe he might have fell early in the Oklahoma finals, but I don't remember for sure. Yeah. Because unlike this season, he's not really shown. Yeah, it's not like publicized. But anyway, yeah. That's about it. We're gonna move on to the next race now. Well, that was like a pretty bad outro by you. Wait, what? Yeah, like you just saying I can move on to the next one. That was like badly executed. I love the critiquing here. Appreciate it. I'm glad I'm recording all of this in one take. Just saying, the way you ended off was not good. But anyway, the next race was Jesse the Black versus Chris Ganji. And once again, this was a matchup just dying to happen. But, just like Towers of Power, how there was a loser challenge, here, they purposely saved about a year's worth of laundry for this competition. So whoever lost the thing had to do a year's worth of laundry without the other one helping, and LeBlanc ended up losing. So I guess she's gonna be I'm gonna be diving into a pile of laundry for the next 2 days. Yeah, like I don't know like how long it would really take for that laundry to wash up and everything. Like when they really get to see it. Well, it makes sense. And most of it was probably improv footage. Yeah, definitely, but still. But yeah, and LeBlanc actually fell off the thing. She didn't even make it through the entire starting set, which kind of sucked. What actually happened was her leg just slipped off the final one of the steps, and just she couldn't save it from there. But the Ganji was actually kind of behind by like a couple steps, even though he skipped. Alright. But moving on, the final matchup of the qualifying round here was Grant McCartney versus Chad Fuxington, and they had a story about how they basically liked being with each other since they have similar nature, but not gonna talk about here. But what we're actually gonna talk about is the race itself. It was kind of a blowout for Flexington, as once again McCartney fell on the thing. So yeah, and Flexington, they had him throw like a one of the staff threw down a little crocodile into the water before the race started. It was like. It was unique, but it didn't impact anything. It was weird. It was weird. It really should not have been there, but it was fine, I guess. Like, Grant McCartney's one of those things where he tries to spice it up a little bit, but the crocodile thing, I mean, what was he even thinking? Just didn't help. It came out of nowhere, yeah, but it didn't impact anything. It really didn't change anything. So really, it didn't really leave an impact on most people. Yeah, it didn't have an impact on us either. This meant that the first matchup for the finals was Jody Avila versus Dan Poise, and once again, for the 5th race in a row, Poise failed. I mean, you make it sound like he failed a science test 5 times in a row. Yeah, I guess, but, 5th place in a row, someone fell on the darn thing. And, like, none of the races have been blowouts. Last year was so good because everyone had slip-offs. People had slip-offs in the finals, and the races were close. That's why there was so much to highlight. So much to remember from last year's training sets. That's why it was so memorable compared to previous years. And this year, it was just, everyone just fell off. And I know we had that last year also too, but even so, like, it was granted. And it wasn't every race either. It was only a couple of them, I believe. But here in the finals, like, even in the semifinals, the Poise failed the thing. Again, the race really didn't need to be a race if the person was just going to fail. Yeah, you make a pretty good point, admittedly. But, that meant Jody Avila moved on. And, the next race was Chad Foxman versus Chris Ganji. And can we just talk about this race? Because it was intense. Yes, definitely. Chris Ganji and Brad Dreckinson, they went back and forth. And similar to the Joe Morosky and Thomas Stone's matchup we saw last year, the two of them were really close. And, I believe the Flexington just barely hit the buzzer fast, and I was cheering for the Ganji on this one. I think everyone was. It was everyone here, because I didn't really want Flexington to move on, because I never liked him, but he did. But the race was really close. I mean, the two of them hit the buzzer almost the same time. But once again, Flexington edged out the Ganji on that part. But once again, it was a really close race, all things considered. Yeah. Definitely. It was definitely, like, a lot more different than that. Like, it was a lot different. Like, this was the first time where someone didn't fall during the race. Yeah, the final race was Chad Fraxington and Jody Avila, and really, this was not fun. This was not fun. Yeah, I mean, who are you rooting for here? Really neither. I really didn't care. At this point, the people I wanted to see win were already way the fuck out of the competition by now. Yeah, definitely. Going into the finals, the only person I was still rooting for was DeGanji, and that was slightly. Because I knew Pelosi wouldn't win. Yeah, I mean, Pelosi only moved on because he was facing someone who has trouble on balance obstacles. So, yeah, that was the only reason. Basically. But, yeah, it was kind of close. The best time we saw tonight in the episode, but plenty underwhelming, all things considered. Yeah, but he didn't fall. Yeah, no, he did fall. Fell. And I guess that's what really is to admire about this. Yeah, most certainly. The next event was the Mega Spider Climb. And last year, as we mentioned, this was a really memorable event. Not mostly because of the final matchup between Chris and Quaver, but you know, it was just like really awesome to see. But in this season, in this episode, it's like we mentioned about the city thing, Atlanta versus Colorado, and Chicago. I don't get why they did this at all. It kind of just ruined it for me personally. Yeah, I definitely did not like this. But once again, the first race was a blowout for Ethan Swanson, who completely destroyed Carbone, who was much left behind by the halfway point. And really, it just goes to show, like, every single race here, aside from that one from Chris DeGanji and Washington, were blowouts. And we're pretty much one-sided throughout the entire thing. That's why the special wasn't really all that good. Yeah. But, next up was Tyler Gillette and Michael Torres, where once again it was basically a ball between it and Torres' side, meaning he moved on. And the meeting was between him and Swanson, and this race was actually kind of close. I say kind of because, like, Swanson was getting kind of left behind, but at the same time he was still keeping it close. But Michael Torres ended up coming away with the win, so really wasn't too impressive. But I love how when they mentioned at the beginning, they were hyping up how Chesky did the thing in under 20 seconds. Here they broke the record on each race, and Torres broke it twice, finishing it in 16 seconds. But you know, it was kind of annoying with that. Yeah, it was so constant. That's why I didn't like the fact that they publicized the time thing. It was so constant. They kept on reminding you about it. They acted like it was so impressive. I mean, it was, but just the fact that they kept on talking about it was really worth it for me. Definitely. But, moving on, we had the next event was the Double Dipper Freestyle, and this was really the the best event. Really the big one here in this year's All-Stars. It started off with Jessie Graff, who did a pretty good belly flop. She did the splits in the air and then belly flop into the water. She got a 7 within 2/8 from the 3 judges. And by the way, yes, Zoe did judge, which was nice. And next up was Adam Whale, who did a kind of like a football thing with Nick Hansen. And he didn't initially catch it, but then when he tried to do something like pose, I guess, it slipped out. Don't do that! I mean, like, the ball wasn't even wet. It just slipped out. Yeah, by the time it was slipped out, it wasn't wet yet, so yeah. But I'm still pretty alright. Adam got a 6, a 7, and an 8. And once again, Zoe gave the highest score here. But, you know, it was once again unique here, but the way 2-2. Interesting, but again, you know, the football thing was definitely unexpected. Next up was Najee, who I'd say had a pretty interesting one. He had a shirt tribulating Deshaun Bryan, who was supposed to compete in this, but had his shoulder dislocated during Vegas, so he couldn't. And he was probably supposed to compete in the Super Samurai too, but we'll get there. Yeah, we're gonna get there. We'll get there eventually. But anyway, so he did kind of a tribute to a way because it was similar to what Bryan did in season 10. We went upside down. Najee kind of did it where he had his toes touch the ball as he went down. And he did a couple flips and tried to point at Manak, but didn't really find them. He was like, I was trying to find them. I was trying to find you, but I couldn't. Yeah, lost track up there. But he got a 9 and 2/8 from the judges, so pretty interesting. But then we had, oh god, Grant McCartney. Yeah, guys, if you guys like Grant McCartney, it's okay. I understand it. I think everyone can. Everyone has opinions. I can understand why you like Grant McCartney. But in my opinion, and I think in everyone else's, from what I've heard, Grant McCartney's just not good. Unlike Jake Murray, he isn't even fun. He's just annoying. Yeah. He makes things interesting, but just because of his nature, I don't really consider them all that interesting. But anyway, he went up the thing with a bald cap, which didn't even look good on him. And he had a target wing set up, and he made it through the thing. And I hate how they gave him perfect 10s. That was not deserving of perfect 10s. I'm just going to say that right now. Maybe an 8, maybe, but that was not deserving of perfect 10s. Really? Oh, my reasoning is because the target was pretty easy for him to make it through. And he had a flip into it as well. It was just really easy for him. Like, it was straight up right in front of him. Like, it wasn't even, like, far away. It was just straight up right in front of him. He barely even had to try to get his entire body in there. So, really, that's why I don't think it was all that impressive, all things considered. But I guess it was unique. Yeah, like, I love how we're saying that, you know, they try to be unique. They try to be out about to try to go wild with all the ideas, but we're just saying it's kind of meh. I mean, yeah, but they didn't really try to make it interesting. It came out of nowhere, but there was nothing really they did with the subject that really made it stick out until we rewatched it. Yeah, true. Now going into everyone's second try, for some reason, I don't get why, but they had Adam Wales second to get fast forwarded. Yeah, on that tangent, I didn't think they would do any fast forwards throughout this entire thing. This was the only one they did. The entire episode, but it was just, God, annoying. But Adam Wales tried to do a flip with some splits, but failed. Yeah, and Grant McCartney, he tried to do the wing actually in the thing, and this would have been impressive if he actually landed it, but no, he was about like a couple inches away and missed out, giving him 2 8s. It's in a 7. Once again, not all that impressive from either of them. So next up was Najee, who did really well. Yeah, he did sort of Ethan Swanson did last year, where he did 2 twists and 2 flips. And if he was even wearing Ethan Swanson's shirt, he was going to complete this and got some injury. I mean, they didn't really say what injury, and it wasn't really known. And he got to compete in the Mega Spider Climb, so what the heck happened? Yeah, they were filmed on the same night, so as far as I know. So, what the heck happened to Swanson? Yeah, I mean, they didn't even show him on camera, so, I mean, like, to the general view, maybe he left, but at the same time, Najee pointed to allegedly where he would be, so, I don't know. But anyway, he ended up getting, I believe, a 7, 8, and a 9. Yeah, 7, 8, and a 9. Yeah. And it was 1 point short of the finals. That was just sad. Yeah, 1 point, God. And then, Jesse Graff did the superhero thing from earlier that we saw in the promo, and it was amazing. But again, if they didn't spoil it, then it probably would have been a lot better. And she got 29, and once again, Matt decided to pull the 9 on us, and I feel like he did that on purpose, just to be funny. Yeah, like, and when Christine did it, it was about the same, but still, it was unexpected. Yeah, that left us to sudden death, where Jesse Graff did the thing backwards, and then did a flip and then a dive back into the water. Pretty impressive, but she got a perfect 10 on that. And McCartney called up Adam Whale. Somehow Drew did the flip last time. And I gotta admit, most I don't like McCartney, this was pretty creative and pretty cool to watch. Yeah, definitely. Having him and I literally ride on the bar together and actually be able to do a flip was impressive and unfortunately 10 worthy. Yeah, they both got a perfect score, meaning that both of them were co-champions. And for the second straight year, we had the co-champions. So what would be cool is that the 4 of them went head-to-head this year. Yeah, like all 4 went head. It would have been cool if Dressel wasn't in last year's. Oh yeah, well, I forgot about that. Yeah, you forgot about that. Yeah, the 2 of them were champions, but we're not done yet. We still have 2 more events that weren't talked about. Because Dressel competed in them, but we're going to talk about them here just so you guys know what happened. So we'll start with the Super Samurai. Well, I have a lack of information, but I'm going to start about Super Samurai now. So apparently, the creators in this first one I heard are Carson Williams and Drew Dressel. And there are probably at least 2 others, possibly Bob Quite Stockett, but I really don't know who was the other guy. Assuming it was supposed to be Sean Bryan, but he didn't get to compete in it because of his shoulder injury, so I don't know who would have replaced him. I mean, I feel like maybe Mike Bernardo, but he didn't make it to Vegas, and he wasn't chosen last season, so maybe not. I don't know, but it is known that both Carson and Drew made it to the top, and Carson was faster, somehow. Ended up coming away with the win. And obviously, the footage I'm showing you isn't from the challenge itself, because once again, no footage was released of the Super Saiyan ladder. But, yeah. That's basically it. I wish I had more to say, but we didn't see the event. We weren't live there. Yeah, unless you were live there, you didn't know what happened. And, unless you guys know of a Twitter post or Reddit post or something about the Super Saiyan 1 or Tristan Saw, there's really nothing else to go off of. So please, if you guys know anything extra, post it in the comments. We tried doing our own research. We couldn't find any Twitter posts or anything on the either of these events. But yeah. Now on Tristan Saw, the funny thing is that some of it was actually shown in promos and stuff. Yeah, Adam Whale, part of Adam Ware's attempt on one of them was shown in a promo, and part of RJ Roman's attempt was shown during his story in AW12's finals, and also part of the Dressel, which was shown in a promo that aired just before he got arrested. And unfortunately, only footage, this was a bad recording, or as far as I know, but yeah. Basically, as far as we know, the people competing in this were Najee Richardson, Drew Dressel, Joe Mawowski, Adam Ware, and RJ Roman. Now, we don't know where they went out. We know that they made it to 21 feet, and we know that Mawowski went out at 18, but we don't know where everyone else went out. So I have an estimation that maybe Najee went out at 19 again. But I don't really know. Mawowski, you said Mawowski mentioned Najee being really, mad about that. Well, I didn't mention specifically, but he was like really surprised that he missed it. I think that was more of like what he mentioned. But in RJ Roman, they showed him going really far, and he probably was going 19 feet, probably. Because they were like, whoa, it's so cool from what they showed. So I'm going to guess that he made it and just missed out on 20 feet. Along with probably Adam Whale. I don't really know. Yeah, we know that Dress always either probably made 21 feet. Because, they didn't show it, but from what we know, he made 21 feet. And then who was with him, which was either RJ or Adam Whale, most likely, fell. We know it wasn't not. We know probably it may not have been Najee. We know it wasn't Mulaski, but I really don't know. Yeah, it could have been any of them, really, but bummer we couldn't see it. Yeah, because that seemed like the most intense event. Because it was a twist and fly going into a curtains to grab curtains, and really that would have been intense to see. But I'm just gonna say it. Thank you, Drew. Thank you, Drew Joshua, for having sex with someone, making us able to see this awesome event. Yeah. Just, I don't get that. I don't want to go into a tangent discussing about it, because, like, we've had private Skype calls on it. But, let's just say I wasn't happy. Yeah, I don't think anyone was, but this is getting long. Oh, jeez, we're almost at 50 minutes. I didn't even realize. We were just on a tangent. Yeah, we were. But we're going to watch this up. So, thank you everyone for watching. I'll say, really alright episode, I don't think. So, freestyle was really the only interesting thing at the end. But, it was kind of mad, but it was an alright way to start the season 12, huh? Yeah, it definitely wasn't worth the wait. It would have been if that last event we talked about, Tristan Store, was in there, but unfortunately it wasn't because the dress shows were coincidence. So, yeah. Anyway, thank you all for watching episode 8 of the podcast. And, I don't know when this is coming out, so I'm not going to say anything specific. But, yeah, we're going to cover AW 12 soon. I don't know when. We haven't set up dates yet for the Skype meetup. Sometime, of course, we haven't recorded it yet. But, I hope that you guys get to see it soon. Yeah, definitely. But, we'll see you guys next time. Comment if you guys know anything about the Super Saiyan 1 or Twist and Sword that we didn't mention. But anyway, we'll see you guys next time. Peace. Hey guys, sorry it was long. It was really long. I tried to film down as much as I could, but, I did the best I could. That's basically all I can say. But, it was a lot of fun to record this. Three of us had a lot of fun, just talking about it. And even though it was a mediocre episode all along, we still had a lot to talk about and a lot of fun doing the podcast stuff. So, click on the videos, watch the episodes of the podcast. I do want to mention something. You guys have been suggesting new every season buzzers, so I decided to help you guys out. I linked a playlist in the end card here. So in the description and the pinned comment. If you guys want to see a new every season buzzard, check the playlist first. If the Ninja competitor that you want to see featured is in that playlist, don't ask us. Please, for the love of God, check the playlist first. But if he isn't in there, then fine. You can suggest it. And I'll most likely answer your comment. If I say no and tell you why. Usually it's because the person in question doesn't have many buzzers to show off. So the video will be very short. But that's the way. I'll answer as many as you want. I'll make as many as you want, depending on how time goes. But anyway, that's about it. This video is as long as hell. It's going to be a terrible process. It was a terrible process to edit, but I'll see you guys next time. Peace.